Greg Shoemaker, TriState Football. I'm here with Talawanda head coach Andy Stuckert. They're coming off a 10-2 season, and let's talk about building on that success for 2026. Tell us a little bit about this team, the vibe of your Braves after a year of success.
Well, I think the biggest thing is we had been building up to that point, and we needed to prove that we could win consistently in a season, and so we have that in our belt right now. But we're really stressing to the guys that last year means nothing. We got to come out and prepare as if we've got to do it again and do the little things right, and so it's a little bit of adjustment for us right now, and the vibe though is great. I mean, we've got a lot of kids coming back. We have, I think, 16 starters coming back from last year. Obviously we're missing some big pieces that graduated, but we have some kids that can step in, and we've done a pretty good job this offseason of making gains in the weight room, and we're excited to go into the summer and see what that provides us this fall.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the offense. Like you were talking about, you lost Lance Cantrell, but let's talk about that side of the ball, and what do you really like about your 2026 Brave on that side?
Yeah, so probably the most exciting thing is the offensive line is back. We graduated our left guard, Jericho Fletcher. He's going to play college football, but we have a couple guys that we think can step in and do just as good a job. So we're excited about the offensive line. Running back wise, obviously Lance is leaving a big hole for us, but we feel like we have some guys that can carry that load, and there's some guys that probably would have played a lot more running back last year had we not had a Lance Cantrell. So we're excited to see them, and then our receiving core for the most part is back, and those guys got a lot of good experience last year. So offensively we're excited, and the quarterback position is going to come down to two guys. Both of them have a little bit of experience, and we expect that to be a pretty good battle this summer.
And on the defensive side of the ball, let's talk about that. Wyndon Lowe paces that. He's only a junior, but man, he's been a wrecking crew for a couple of years already.
He has, he was second team All-State last year as a sophomore, and he's as good a leader as a player. So we're looking for him to take the next step and elevate his game even more. And as far as the rest of the defensive unit, most of those guys are back. So our defensive line graduated, but we do feel pretty good about the guys that are going to step in there. And then at every other spot, we have a guy coming back that played significant roles last year, and outside of maybe one corner. So we're excited to see those guys, because we felt like that unit improved more than any over the last year and a half.
What did the playoff experience, what did you guys take away from the playoff experience that you can really build upon this season?
I think the year before it was one of those like, hey man, we made it. It's good to be here. And last year that's not good enough. We want to come in here and do some damage and get some experience and win a game or two. And unfortunately, Tippecanoe bounced us out in the second round, but we did get that first round victory against Goshen, and they're a good team. I think they're bringing most of their team back too this year, but now we're in different divisions. But we thought that was a pretty good it was a pretty good benchmark for our program to win a home playoff game.
There you go, Andy Stuckert, the head coach of the Talawanda Brave.